One.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. How's Bobby Z?
Just great. Great. A little warm.
Little warm.
A little warm. It's a little
only-
tough going out,
It's
when
only
people
in the 90s.
want to see land and things like that. And I'm like, it's out there. I don't do chiggers well at all. And
You got spray for that.
and I get them, and I'll have them for like a month, 6 weeks, and I'm
like
gonna
it.
guess they're dead, but they're still there and they itch and everything else. So I'm like, yeah, they're a beautiful piece of property.
I could drive you. There
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
right.
me to.
I'll go get
And
the
be
Jeep.
glad to.
I'll go get the Jeep. We'll be great.
Are you selling much land?
Land is still selling. Yeah, yeah. And in big parcels, little parcels. I mean, and not a lot of like farm parcels, but although they sell too. And it's just people come here with their dream. What am I going to be? What am I going to do? And I always wanted to.
I want to be the gentleman farmer.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a
Finally.
lot of them want that. They want that, 10 acres
10 acres,
ish.
yeah.
Want to have a horse, maybe, goat, some chickens, things like that. If it doesn't work out, you eat it. I mean, that's
Take
really
a
what
sale
it
barn,
is.
turn it into cash, go to McDonald's.
That's the worst that can happen. Is okay, fine, sell it, and sell
The-
it. Go to Whispering Woods, and
There you go. How's the market?
market is still moving along. I mean, if you take last year out, and you look at 18, 19, 20, 21, we're right about where 21 is. 22 is up here, but we're right about where 21 is. And 21 was a great year. The numbers-wise, I mean, looking at our stuff and what we individually are doing, I mean, we're on path for,
Being normal.
greatness and glory, yeah.
22 is when the interest rates started to climb.
Yeah, yeah. And there was a big push, people trying to get ahead of that.
Get in
and
before.
kind of the panic. And there weren't, you had that fear of loss, that fear of missing out, that FOMO, type things, where you needed to be able to, and some people were getting into it just because I got to have a win. And you had people that were buying things just so they could say, yeah, okay, I got something. Some of those will assimilate in here and be great, and they'll be happy that they did it, and the vast majority of them will, because they wanted to come here. Some won't be, and they'll sell, and they'll move on to other places. I mean, if that's the case, now is a good time to sell, because you're going to be pretty close on money where you were, and be able to go someplace else and be able to buy something at a cheaper rate. The property will be cheaper, because you're not marrying the mortgage rate, you're just renting it. And that's really the way you're dating it, and that's what you want
You
to
haven't put a
think
ring
about.
on it.
Right, exactly.
It's not gonna
because
last
you're not,
forever.
exactly, it's not.
The Feds did not raise the interest rates their last meeting,
No.
so they kind of stayed the same. And they're kind of talking like they're going to stabilize where they are now, probably until election time.
I think that's, yeah. I mean, you may see another kick this year, but I don't think you'll see any next year. You may see a little reducing as presidential years go.
As things happen.
Yep. It's amazing.
But people need to realize and understand is, like we said, you're not married to that rate. If you see a significant drop, if it drops 1.5
Oh, geez,
go talk to them. Go talk to your banker. And
you
say,
need to
"Hey,
be
what do
locked
we
in,
need to do?"
because if it drops 1.5 points, the houses that are out there will be gone, like in the 235 of them or whatever it is. They'll be going like that. Because we don't have that big supply. It was okay. You could and the problem that we're having is people want to move, but they got to sell their house to move. But they're afraid if they sell their house and they got no place to go, and there's a lot of what ifs that go into that. Sometimes we get lucky and things happen. You go, thank you, Jesus, at the end of the day. And we ran into a couple who we had dealt with in the past, sold a couple properties. Ran into them at a restaurant. We're chatting. She says, I'd move. They talked about how much they loved their house and everything, but I'd move if I could get this, this, and this. That would make me, okay, fine. So I get a call from them like 3 days later. Well, we found one on thing. I said, well, we'll go see it, but it's not really what you said you wanted, but we'll go see it. We went to see it, and I knew that it wasn't theirs. Okay, fine. That afternoon, a house comes up. Close to them, everything they want, more money, let's go. Get out there. This will be gone this is a Friday afternoon. This will be gone this weekend at this price point in this area with this, the amenities it has. Foo-foo, lollygag, house goes on a contract with somebody else. Okay, that deal blows up. We could take another run at it. Then it comes to finances. Well, we got to sell our house. Okay? See if you can borrow against it. Go see whoever it is you deal with. See what they can work out for you. They came out with a deal that if they could get the money back into the fund within 90 days, whatever it was, that the penalty would only be this much instead of this much. And, well, let's see what happens. Put their house up. Within like 4 days, we had their house under contract. This whole thing could not be going smoother. Don't jinx me. Could not be going smoother. The inspections are good. Everything is great. They're going to have their financing the way they wanted it to be, and because they'll have enough of a down payment from selling theirs that it'll help offset the difference in there. Sometimes that happens, but other people, I want to see this house or I want to see that house. Well, can you buy it? Have you been pre-approved? Have you been at least pre-approved? And what are your circumstances? If you got to sell your house to buy this house, we're kind of shooting craps here that that's going to happen because people won't take a contingency because they figure somebody else will come along that either has cash or has their finances all in a row. They sold their house where they're at, and they'll wait. The contingencies, when there's 500 houses on the market, people will take a contingency. There aren't.
Yeah, when there's only 200 houses on the market.
Exactly, and that's where the
trend
that's where everything is bound up in there, stuck in that funnel.
Yeah, and the trend is the buyers are still coming here.
Right. Yeah.
Makes it hard. Let's look at your numbers.
Come on, there you go, you stinker. This week in real estate, there were 67 new listings came on the market, 5 commercial properties, 14 parcels of land, 47 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $35,000 to $750,000, and 6 of them are taking backups. There were 33 sales, 2 commercial properties, 10 parcels of land, 21 homes sold. They range in price from $55,000 to $450,000. So the average sale price this week was $227,000, 77 days on market. 9 properties expired, 37 had price changes. The reality of other markets is starting to get here. There's still 65 pending waiting to close. Currently, we're at 250 homes on the MLS, so we've picked up about 15 from last week. Year to date, for 2023, there's been 571 homes have sold for $128 million. Average sale price has been $224,000 with 90 days on market. Last year, there had been 695 homes that sold for $153 million. The average sale price is $220 with 85 days on market. So nationwide, market's down about 20%, and we're pretty much in the same range from last year. But like I say, last year was just a flat-out outlier. That things were as busy and as the market was so churned up as it was. If you look historically, you get that nice steady rate. And then you get that one outlier, and that's what it was.
Where's the trend? Where's the people coming from?
All over. Drive down 62 and just look at license plates. That's all you do. I know there's a bunch of Illinois who was there this week.
I have seen more Alaska plates.
There you go.
Than I have seen in a long time.
Yeah, and you would think, who'd leave Alaska? They got taxes. They got this. They
pay you to live there.
Snow. Yeah. But there's a lot of Alaska plates. There's plates from like New Jersey and New York and places that we would never see people come. But after Hurricane Sandy hit, a lot of those houses on the beaches and stuff, they were all destroyed. So they took the insurance money and they went down to the Carolinas, which historically has been a place where they would go to. That's kind of their Ozarks, because it's halfway between Florida. But the prices there got so high, so fast, that people started to look farther and farther west. And they didn't realize that there was land away from the ocean on that East Coast. So all that flyover country, they go, well, this flyover country ain't so bad.
It's more to life than saltwater.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, but people from all over. Obviously, Texas Louisiana. Florida's always been big. Colorado. People from Colorado that are trying to get away from the people of California that are taking over their states there. People that come here that want to be successful can do it. As long as you get on board, if you're going to come here with the intention of changing the way everything has been done, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be turned into a keyboard warrior, and you're just going to be not happy. Whether you see these things. Well, if you don't like it, go back and stuff. Well, you just try to assimilate a little bit. Try not to be that nail that sticks up constantly.
There's a reason you came here in the first place.
Exactly, and that's because it was to get away from that. And so you come here to live a better life. Live that life. You'll be happier. That's what we did.
Just be happy.
Yeah. Well, it's it's a different place. You kind of go along to get along. That's the pace of life here. So, but people are still coming. We're going on a listing appointment this afternoon. We've got people. Linda listed 2 houses this week. Got the paperwork done. April's got one going. Reese has got stuff going. There's business here. There's business here.
The Z team is made up of how many people?
There's Linda and I, April Bentley, Sam McMaster, the legendary Reese Tubbs, and Darlene Clark. And Sam has been busy doing some things with his daughter, getting her into school and things like that, so he hasn't been as active, but still there. He helped us get some other things done. So
you and Sam both are military
relocation professionals. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, those are designations that we got from Realtor to go along with other designations that we have. Linda and I are senior real estate specialists, and we're buyers reps. We're graduates of the Realtor Institute. I was Realtor of the Year in 2017. So I think that we've been doing this for a while.
Licensed in both states?
Linda's licensed, yep. Linda's licensed in Missouri, and so is Darlene. And they've done very well up there. They've helped a number of people sell, because having that brand name, having that Century 21 helps a great deal. Because people that are looking, that are in other places that are looking, they know that brand. And that's what really helps a lot. And because there's a sense of security there. There's a sense that if this doesn't go well, I can call New Jersey, and they will make it right. We've never had that happen, and we don't plan on that happening. But it's just there's just a feeling of confidence. There's some great realtors here that work for other mom and pop type companies, and they do a great job. But somebody coming in cold, it can be more comforting to know that because they don't know.
And what's nice is, even though Century 21 is a national brand, the local agents work well with the other local agents.
Oh, yeah. We all work together. We're all here to back each other up, and with all the companies and everything else. When there's a fundraiser, when there's any kind of event that gets done, everybody's in there shaking each other. The award ceremonies, to see guys shaking each other's hands and slapping them on the back. God, what a great job you did. That's what it's all about. The camaraderie of the agents from all the companies together is what makes this such a unique place. Nobody's out trying to intentionally stab anybody in the back. Mistakes get made, but that's not intentional stuff. A lot of times that's because the client didn't tell you something that they should have, and then you find out when you're halfway down the trail that, oops,
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go there because I stiffed that guy at closing.
Yeah, right. So
don't want that to happen.
No.
How do they get you?
Call Linda. She's at 870-405-0793. Check out the website, retiredarkansas.net. You see those great cameras every morning here on the morning show. That comes from us. And all the MLS is on there, all the listings. So be timely. Stay off of Zillow and Trulia. Get pre-approved. If you got money, if you bought a house and you took the money in lieu of repairs, get the repairs done, because it's going to come back and bite you, because we're going through that with one of them right now. Linda walked in the door and went, "Didn't you get paid for that? Fix it," because now it's going to come up again in your new inspection.
There you go. That's been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty. 870-405-0793 is our number. Retiredarkansas.net is our website. Thanks
Sir.
for joining us. We'll be back with Friday Sports in just a moment.